Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be doing my spoiler-free review of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, and this is a book that I was really excited about. I've never read any other book by Victoria Schwab, so this is my first experience reading any of her work, but I was really intrigued by the synopsis of this book, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it and see how it goes. Sorry, I'm getting an email here. But essentially the premise of the story is that it follows a girl named Addie LaRue who in the 1700s makes a deal with the devil on her wedding night that she doesn't want to belong to anyone. She doesn't want to be she doesn't want to be owned basically by anyone or known or belong to anyone. Right now she wants to live her life, and so the devil kind of twists the wish around so she can live forever essentially, but no one remembers her. She's not able to make connections. Everyone forgets her. Her parents forget her. Like, people, they'll like introduce themselves and she'll go behind the door and come back and they won't remember her. So she's kind of cursed with that. So we follow her on I think it's like July 29th for the most major parts over 3 centuries until it's modern day in 2014, and she walks into this bookstore and she finds someone who remembers her, and that kind of tilts her whole world upside down, and it kind of goes off from there. But like I said, the synopsis sounded really interesting for me, and I really loved the historical kind of setting of this as well, kind of following her through major parts of history, whether it is the French Revolution, world wars, like all those things, and seeing her kind of move through life kind of invisible, and she finds ways to leave her mark on the world, whether it is being inspiration for art or music. She's learned that is her way. She can kind of leave a part of herself for, you know, history, and I really liked that aspect of it. And the dynamic between Addie and the devil Luke was also very interesting as well, because he is the only one that remembers her over the course of, you know, 3 centuries, and it's almost kind of a game between them where they're each kind of moving different pieces on a chessboard, because Luke is trying to get her to kind of give up her soul so she loses the bargain, and Addie's like adamant that she's not going to do so. So kind of seeing that dynamic where they're both trying to play the pieces to like win the chess game essentially over like 3 centuries was very interesting. So I really loved this aspect of it, and just kind of having that thing where people, like, I feel like so much of the human experience is built around connections and the connections we make with other people, and just seeing how Addie navigated her life without that, and how she tried to form meaningful connections that would obviously kind of disappear either the next morning or, you know, within a couple minutes of that. So it was very interesting seeing that. The only thing I wasn't expecting was how romance heavy this book was, and I think if I had known how heavy it was, I don't think I would have picked it up, because I'm not really necessarily really big into romance. But I feel like that wasn't my favorite part of this, but it still was interesting seeing her kind of experience this, because she wasn't able to have that for so much of her life. So yeah, it wasn't my favorite thing, but I wish it was just, sorry, another email. Apparently I'm very popular today. But essentially, like, I thought that was very interesting. My only thing in here is, like, Henry is another character that we are introduced to as well, and I understand that his character in particular was going through a lot of, you know, depression and suicidal thoughts, and struggling mental health wise, so I understand that aspect of it. But he was very much as like, woe is me, like he was just very kind of, I don't know, I felt like he complained a lot given the circumstances, where Addie's circumstances were significantly worse, and like, I don't know, he wasn't my favorite character. But so like the parts when it was Henry and Addie together, I didn't really enjoy them as much as I did where Addie's trying to navigate her world in like the 1700s, 1800s. Like, I preferred those over to the kind of love story with Henry, and like Henry's chapters that were told from his perspective, because like I said, I didn't really like it that much. But yeah, other than that though, I really enjoyed this book. I feel like it's very whimsical. It raises, like, there was a lot of good lyrical writing. It's very atmospheric, and I really loved it. It was a solid 4 out of 5 stars for read, even though I didn't really like the romance or the character of Henry. Like, I really enjoyed this book, and I was really invested in Addie's kind of experience going through this whole thing. And so definitely this will be a highlight of 2021. I already know it's going to be, just how good it was. But yeah, nevertheless, like I said, this one was honestly really, really good. So if you guys are on the fence of reading it, don't be deterred by the romance, because the kind of general, like, overarching narrative is very interesting and complex, and I really loved the twist ending in here. So yeah, my first Victoria Schwab book, and I was pretty impressed. That's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you felt about this book and all of those fun things. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.